to quieten our mind, to control our mind, so that we can concentrate on some particular thing, or to get some miraculous power, or to get liberation from the bondage of birth and death and birth, this circle. So this is the total concept. But thus anyone can utilize this knowledge for any purpose. So we are studying this, and particularly now we are studying the only book we can say, and the most famous book, that is the Yoga Aphorisms of Patanjali. So on that, Swami Vivekananda has given a wonderful explanation. Now and then we are referring to that, and we will be discussing. As usually, we will remind ourselves that we are Atman and we don't belong to this particular place. Let us chant this sloka and begin. Mono Buddha Hamkara Chittani Naham Nacha Shotra Juve Nacha Ghrana Netre Nacha Vyoma Bhumi Na tejo na vayuhu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. In reality, we are God, we are the Supreme, we are the Shiva. But in practicality, we are only ordinary human being suffering in different ways. So this is the main problem. And this problem, in Sanskrit they call it dukkham. Dukkham means misery. Why this misery? Because of the actions. What are the actions? By thought, by action, physical action. So that action creating some result, and result is sometime good, sometime bad. Now who is creating this? Me. I am doing it. So how can I control all these miseries? Because it is in my hand. It is possible for me to control it. Hiyam dukkham anagatam. So on the 16th, second chapter in the Sadhan Path, 16 aphorism, the Patanjali Muni, he says, those which is coming, you can control that. Hiyam dukkham anagatam. Now we have already discussed about the result of our karma. Some people believe it, some people don't, some are doubtful. But Swami Vivekananda, Bhagavan Buddha, Sri Ramakrishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, each and every one, they say, that is the thing. Whatever you do, the result you have to enjoy, they say, either through suffering or a good thing. So this is the only thing in the karma. That is, the karma is the main theory of the Hindus. And in this karma theory, we find that if we can control our action in this life, so in future we can be good. We have already discussed at length about that. Drashtri drishyayoho samyoga heya hetuhu. Drashti and Drishta. Drishya. The drashti, who is someone is there who is actually enjoying what? All these that we see. And the same thing with Bhagavad Gita also it says, Kshetra, Kshetragya. Kshetragyam chapi mam viddhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Bharata means the Arjuna. Everywhere that you find, that is the Kshetra, that means the Prakriti. In the Yoga aphorism, same thing, the Kshetra of Bhagavad Gita is terminology, that thing is now mentioned as Prakriti. Now the Prakriti, that is nature, that is all the manifestation that we see. So Prakriti and the Kshetra are the same thing. Advaita Vedanta also similarly they say, it is also because of the Shankha, they say it is Prakriti. Then all this nature that we see, including us, everything is nothing but that Prakriti. In that Prakriti, in that nature, who is the main? Drashta. Who is the Drashta? That is God. That is Atman. Only these two things. If you can understand, we are free from everything. Only these two things. Will you believe it? But we can't. We know that we can control all our miseries, but we cannot. Why? In between there is a adhesive force. What is that adhesive force? Maya. Now there is a intelligent being, and another is totally jada. And that has, but both of them they are coming together and as if they are one. How it becomes? They say ignorance, ajnana. In yoga, they say ignorance, ajnana. And in Vedanta, they say Maya. So only the terminological differences, otherwise all Shastras, they are telling the same thing. What is Maya? In the Vedanta, they say that we cannot give you the definition because it cannot be explained, but you can feel it. And then the same thing over here, ajnana, they say ajnana we can explain. What is that ajnana? Accepting those things as real which are not real. Accepting those things as real which are actually not real. That is called ajnana. And all people are in that ajnana. So, drashtri drishyayoho samyoga. Now, I am the seer and there is an object. When we see these two things, then there is a hue and cry all over, particularly those who are using this the social media. They have found that university people in China, they have killed a dog. Because dog used to go and sit inside the classroom and became a pet for all the students. They were loving it and they were sending the messages all around. So the authority thought it is creating problem for our university. A dog is coming, but very peculiarly, maybe again the karma phala. The dog was attending only the mathematics class, calculus, and which others are very much afraid, but dog wasn't. And if you see the picture, it was so attentively listening. This is also karma phala. For some reason, there is a dog of Swami Vivekananda, and Swami Vivekananda was not very happy with the dog because it was, so he said, okay, take it away and cross the Ganga, there's a big river, and leave it in the other bank. They left it in the other bank. You know what the dog did? Once again it came back. How it came back? there was a ferry boat, and he jumped on the ferry boat, and it was barking for that the boatman, and it was afraid, so couldn't make it go down. So it came back, and in the next morning, Swami Vivekananda saw it is as it is. So why? Then afterwards, when the dog passed away, and they took him in some place, buried it, the dead body. But after some time, they found that the dead body is floating near the bathing ghat of Swami Vivekananda. So we can say it is accidental, and we can say because of the karma phala. So this dog, though it's a dog, but at the same time, constantly it is having the company of the, because subconscious mind somewhere, who can explain, it was there. So that way it goes, but that is not our problem now. Our problem is, who actually getting involved? It is me. Who am I? Ultimately, all people will go to the mind, because it is conscious. It is the mind only. I think, so everything is happening. If I don't think, nothing will happen. If I am sitting over here and thinking that I am in a jungle, I am in a jungle. And the people will come and treat me, oh, he is mad, so they will take me to some place, they will give the injection. Why? But the person is constantly thinking that I am in a jungle, and all around he will see the jungle. How come? We don't see, but he sees, because he is creating like that. So these are the experiences almost every one of us we know. So this is we are creating in that way. So this is the consciousness and the objects come in contact, and that is the hetu, that is the cause. And we quoted from Bhagavad Gita step by step, where from the problem comes, because of the samyoga, junction, that is coming in contact with this. Otherwise there is no problem. And the 18th aphorism, it says, Prakasha, Kriya, Sthiti Sheelam, Bhutindriyatmakam, Bhoga, Apubargartham, Drishyam. The experienced is composed of the elements of organs. What is the Bhoga, Apubarga? What is the experience? What is the Bhoga? Bhoga, see, some people who are in the habit of taking chilies, they will go and mix the chili in their food and they will enjoy it. Habit. They have developed that habit. Some people cannot think of eating chili. You know, some of our Swami say, if you say there's no, we don't put the chili, only showed the chili over the plate, that also they won't take. They are so much afraid of chilies. So like that, there are people, different type of temperaments. Why? They think in that way. So bhoga is what? Now it explains the nature of illumination, that is sattva, action, that is raja, and the inertia, the tama. From these the whole universe has evolved. Look at it. The whole universe is the combination of the three gunas, sattva, raja and tama. The analytical mind of our rishis, the way they used to think, far better than the present day scientist. Everything analytically they are finding it out. And now, as because in between almost 900, 1000 years passed, so we are a little bit confused. And that there was no good teachers who could explain it. Now slowly, slowly the Vivekananda, he came and he is giving a very lucid examples and explanation. People are now understanding it. So what are all this? Only three gunas, sattva, raja and tama. What is this prakriti? What is this nature? What is the creation? Why people are different from each other? Three gunas: sattva, raja and tama. If you have sattva, it's a good person. If you have the raja, good man, but egoistic, a little difficult to handle, high voltage, where? And then tama, it's better not to go near that. Why? Not only inertia, all negative, everything negative. You can never see anything positive. That is the tamasika. Never can see anything positive. All the thoughts also will be like that. Action will be like that. His friends will be like that. So whole thing will be like that. So why this difference? All the same people, only thinking. Why the thinking are different? Because sattva, raja, tama. This is wonderfully they are explaining. The whole universe has evolved together with the mind, the senses, etc. It is expected that after experience, experiencer will be liberated. Experiencer means me. And after experiencing all these things, I should say enough is enough. Yesterday we went to see the lighting in the downtown. Next year, if anybody gives the opportunity, I am not going. Why? Because the one experience is sufficient. You go on walking for 5 miles and you see little lighting here and there, and most of the people only purchasing, and most of the shops full of the things that I cannot eat. There are wonderful things are there, but now for some I cannot. And then I was thinking, the lighting that you see at the time, Calcutta, the Durga Puja time, far better than all this. You cannot imagine the way they are lighting. So if you have to see the lighting, I have already seen. And anyway, the people will be telling, this is a glorious mile, or what is that? A magnificent mile, okay, the magnificent mile. The people will say, you are living in Chicago but have not visited magnificent. Acha, 1 mile I have walked, magnificent mile, enough of this. So after experiencing, you are supposed to be liberated from that. But if you go on thinking, no, that is the thing, I must go again and again and again and again, that is the problem that we are having. We are experiencing this problem, but again it is happening. So this, they say, the whole thing is, the purpose is to get the experience and go beyond it. And that is why they said, first is dharma. All this truth they will teach when you are young, a student. Artha kama. And because all desires are there, one Swami used to tell us, why to go all these places on pilgrimage, only wasting of time? Sit over here and meditate and read books, that will be beneficial. See, in our life we have all visited and found nothing. Then I told Swamiji, let us also experience that. Let us first go and then see and then. So this way it goes, all the time temptation that we must go over there, we must go and see and this and that. After going there, okay, this is like this. So after the whole experience, if still a person is telling, no, I like that, he is bound. That is called samsari. Samsari means a person attached to the things which is constantly changing, but he is not understanding it. Constantly changing, but still not understanding. So this is the purpose of our scriptures, shastras. This is the purpose of our religion. This is the purpose of our teaching. What for then we are studying this? Why then we have come in the Sunday morning, it's all bright sunny day, we are here. And what for we are doing? Because we must learn something which can be used in our life. That is the purpose. And that usefulness means we will be happier. How we can happier? Because the bondage will go. How the bondage will go? Because we will understand that all this is nothing but futile things. So that is the whole purpose. It is telling like this, Then there is a story Swami Vivekananda is narrating. That there is a this is 187. Indra is he is the king of the super god of all gods. So he is the Devaraja. He is the king of all gods, the Indra. Indra once became a pig and it's wallowing in mire. He had a she-pig and a lot of baby pigs, and Indra was very happy. But the other gods saw his plight and came to him and told him, "You are the king of gods. You have all gods under your command. Why are you here?" But the Indra said, "Never mind. I am all right here." So this story many of you know. Never mind, I do not care for heaven while I am having my family over here, a family of pigs. Now the poor gods were at their wits' end. After a time, they destroyed the imaginary body of the pig of the Indra. And then only he understood. So this is the reason we call Guru. Guru means the one who removes the darkness, who removes the bondage from our ignorance. So the gods came and they destroyed the imaginary body of that pig, which the Indra was thinking that it is his and all the family and all that. The same way we are also bound, and then afterwards, in another way they say, a bee came to suck the honey from a flower, but its feet got stuck in it. Who is enjoying what? So same way we came here to enjoy, now we are stuck over here. But only those people who have realized that they are suffering, for them is the scripture. Or otherwise, yoga is good for health. Yoga is good for the success, to get good number in the examination. Yoga is good to get if one sincerely trying, and we'll be studying in the 3rd chapter, Vibhuti Pada, so many supernatural power. Yoga is good for all this. But those who are thinking seriously that we should get the liberation, for them only, this yoga, we have to think in this way. We are the bees, we came over here to suck the honey, and now we are bound over here. And the next aphorism in the 19th, they say, Vishesha Vishesha Linga Matra Lingani Guna Parvani. Vishesha means the Panchabhuta plus Indriya. This is all. Here we study Swami Vivekananda's book. It says, the state of the qualities are the defined, Vishesha. Then undefined, the indicated only, and the sinless. There's a 4. Vishesha, Abhishesha, Linga Matra, just giving the hint. So indicated, Alingani, then the Prakriti. Vishesha means Panchabhuta and Dasa Indriya. Shiti, Apa, Teja, Marut and Boma. Those who are studying for a long time, they understand it better. Because all the 5 things that we see, that is the main, that is called Vishesha plus Dasha Indriya. We have the eye, the nose, the ear, because it is going out and collecting information like that. This 10 Indriyas. Abhishesha means Tanmatra. What is that Tanmatra? We will read from Vivekananda. This is a wonderful way he is explaining. Each and every one of us, we are sending out our original quality, and that is reaching out to the people. And some people liking it, becoming friends, some people not liking it, they are going away. So that each and every one is doing like that. That is called tanmatra. And then come Mahat Tattva. Mahat is the intelligence. That is called Mahat Tattva, and the Prakriti. And finally, they are all three gunas: Sattva, Raja and Tama. Ultimately, these things. The states of the qualities are the defined, undefined, indicated, and it is signless. Now here Swami Vivekananda said, the system of yoga is built entirely on the philosophy of Samkhas. Samkha Yoga, always they say together. The yoga is a practical thing. Samkhya is a theoretical thing. So they go together. The Samkhya, that is the philosophy, and the yoga, the practical thing, is depending on that particular philosophy. According to the Samkhyas, nature is both the material and the efficient cause of the universe. In nature, there are three sorts of materials: Satya, Raja and Tama. Nature before creation is called Abhyakta. Before creation it is called Abhyakta. It was not manifested. So where from it came? It was there in the nature. But it was not manifested, so we didn't see. When you go to watch a movie, there is a white cloth in our front and we wait. Nothing is there on that cloth. And we are seeing at that, and then suddenly the room becomes dark, there is a projector machine and projecting, and so many things begins over there. Then we forget that there was a white cloth hanging. And we see the pictures. We go along with the movies or the stories that goes. Similarly, here also, the Abhyakta, undefined, it was already there. And that is in which there is no distinction of form or name, a state in which these three materials are held in perfect balance. Sattva, Raja, Tama. When these three are in perfect balance, there is no creation. When there is all people are very good, then the whole administration will collapse. What they will do? The administration, it thrives when there are problems. What's for the foolish? If there is everybody is sant, they are all holy people, then what the foolish will do? If everybody is sitting and meditating, what this transportation department will do? So naturally, all these things are there, and these thieves and dacoits, they should go and tell the police, because of we, you are getting the salary. Keep it in mind. Exactly, the whole administration is nothing but because there is turmoil. And why? Sattva, Raja, Tama, the three gunas constantly changing. And when it is changing, creation is coming. So this, it is telling, Swami Vivekananda is telling like this, that when the balance is disturbed, the three material begin to mingle in various fashions, and the result is the universe. How the universe was created, the whole world was created, how the creation came from this. And that is why in the Bhagavad Gita we find the sloka, Urdha Moolam Adashakam. Urdha Moola, Moolam is the root. We know the root means it goes down, and then only sucking all this, whatever it needs to survive. But here in the creation, the root is on the top. Why? Because it is coming from Abhyakta, which is not manifested. We can't see that. We can't feel that. From there it is coming. And this, in every man there are three material exist: Swami Vivekananda is telling materials, means the gunas, sattva, raja, tama. When the sattva material prevails, knowledge comes. When the raja, activity, when the tama, darkness, idleness, ignorance. These are the things. Some people are very, very active, but they are active for something bad. They are also tama. The tama prevailing, those people whom we call the terrorists, do you think they are idle? No, they are very active. They are every moment, they are very much active. Day and night they are active. But their activity surrounded only how to kill, how to destroy, how to create fear, all these things. So what is this then? It is the tama, the ignorance. But tama is prevailing, but supported by raja. Raja means that activity. Then after this problem was over in Sri Lanka, as a newspaper came, there are so many stories. Then one person who was very near to that leader of the Sri Lankan group, and he was trained to blow himself and then kill others like that. The interview was taken, and the reporter is asking, now that everything is all right, how do you think that you will live your life? He said, okay, I will try different things, I don't know much, but if any opportunity comes, I will blow myself. Again, the other question, suppose the government organizes some training, and then with that training you can earn, then are you going to settle down and marry and family? Oh yes, that is possible, but if any opportunity comes, I am going to blow myself. Then whole thing is in his mind, is constantly, what is this? There are some people they call brainwashing. The only one thought it moves in their brain, and they are very active. They are very fearless people, but the whole activity and all these qualities only applied to destroy others, harming others, and this is tama. That we have to understand, because we should not confused. So this is the tama, and Swami Vivekananda says, the highest manifestation of nature consisting of the three materials is what they call mahat, the intelligence. And that is why the Hindus, they worship goddess Kali. This is called mahat. Mahata parama bhaktyat, in the another sloka it comes. Mahat means the intelligence. And there is a cosmic intelligence, from there our intelligence is coming. And this cosmic intelligence is Mahat, and universal intelligence, of which each human intellect is a part. In the Sankhya philosophy, there is a sharp distinction between manas, the mind, and the function of the buddhi, the intellect. Mana, buddhi, ahamkara, just now we were chanting. One is mana, another is buddhi. Those are different. In English it is all mind. But the buddhi means the determinative faculty. And the mana means observing all these things and then confused. What should I do? Why should I not? And the buddhi means determined. I am going to do this. And then afterwards what will happen? I don't care. I am going to do this. So that is called buddhi. In the beginning it will take all the information and then it will stand on one decision. That is buddhi. The mana and buddhi are two things. The mind function is simply to collect and carry impressions and present them to the buddhi, the individual mahat which determines upon it. The mahat means intelligence, that is buddhi. And when we call it buddhi, it is individual mahat, the part of mahat. Out of mahat comes egoism, out of which again comes the five materials. The five materials combine and become the gross material outside, the external universe. Then the Shankha, they are giving how this universe was created. First is the Mahat, Abhyakta. From that Abhyakta, nothing is manifested. From there comes a cosmic intelligence. And from that cosmic intelligence, slowly, our buddhi comes, that is individual intelligence, Mahat again, a part of Mahat. And the moment the intelligence comes, then Ahamkara. You will find that all the intelligence people, they are separate, all individual. But less intelligent people, they always club together. They are all united. And that is, it shows that the moment there is the intelligent means, he has his own personal thinking, ideology, idea, and people call it ego. So that is the main problem. That the moment they are intelligent, they are having their own idea. And when they are having their own ideas, they cannot be combined together. How they can combine together? Only one way, by removing their ego. When their ego is less, then only they can come together. And that is called spirituality. One person was asking about our Ramakrishna mission. You must be knowing that we are 2,000 people, 2,000 monks. And he was asking, is there spirituality? Because in his conception, spirituality means miracles. We don't show any miracles. So he was thinking in that way. Then I asked him, how are your brothers? Oh, don't talk about them. They have separated from me. I gave them so much and now this is this and that. I told it is nothing wrong. When your brothers, they were young, they were depending on you because your father was not there. So you have done those things is good. Now that they have grown up, now they are separating because they have developed their own individuality. And that is the sign of goodness. Why they should all the time depend on you? But anyway, this answer your question. And look at us. We are all male. And 2,000 of us, all are educated, intelligent, having all our own ideas. You go and ask any Swami, immediately he will give an idea. Everything that way. That individuality is there. But still we are together. How? Because we have to some extent given away our ego. Why? Because Thakur is our God, and Swami Vivekananda said, this God means the Sri Ramakrishna in this present age, he is in the Shangha Sharira. What is the Shangha Sharira? Not only these buildings, but the human, those whoever come in the ideology of Sri Ramakrishna, they are Shangas. The whoever in the Shangha means you have to give away your, at least to some extent, your ego, and then you can serve the God. That is called Shangha Sharira. And all these devotees, admirers, and each and every one connected with this ideology, supporting this cause of the new Sthapakaya cha Dharma, they're all Shangha. And that is why one must be concerned for others. Sri Ramakrishna used to introduce the devotees with each other. Why? Because so that, and who is a devotee? Only an ordinary schoolmaster. And then another one, he is a jamindar, he is a landlord. Even they are so close to each other, thinking about each other, living together, moving together. How? Because they could go give away their ego. Will you believe 1 billionaire was there in Calcutta? Still he is there. He gave so much of donation to Ramakrishna Mission. He was having so many cards. And when he was going in his office, in his car, suddenly saw one Ramakrishna Mission Swami is walking. Immediately he stopped the car and said, Swamiji, why you should walk? You take the car, I will take a taxi and go. Can you believe it? So they are all Shangha Sharira. This is Sri Ramakrishna's Sharira. And Swami Vivekananda is telling how it is possible. Because the ego is less. Here, from the Mahat comes the ego, and from the ego. The Shankara philosophy is that beginning with the intellect down to a block of stone. All is the product of one substance, different only in the finer or grosser states of existence. The ordinary thing, the stone and the Buddhahood, Swami Vivekananda is telling, the Buddhahood means like the Buddha, they are all same. And that's why he used to say, sinner, it is a sin to call a man so. And he used to take care of each and everything. Why? Because of this ideology. Now we find that beyond the whole nature is the Purusha. Now final thing is coming, the final step, beyond the whole nature comes the Purusha. And this Purusha, which is not material at all, Purusha is not at all similar to anything else. It is neither buddhi, nor mind, nor tanmatras, not the gross materials. It is not akin to any one of these, entirely separate, entirely different in its nature. And from these they argue that the Purusha must be immortal, because it is not the result of combination. The God is immortal. They always say, everyone is telling. But what is the argument? What is the reason? How you can say the God is immortal? Because it is not the combination of anything. The Purusha or the soul are infinite in number. And the defined means the gross elements, and it goes like this. And the buddhi, then afterwards is telling that there seems to be a great difference between the modern science and religions. At this point, what is that point? The singleness. What is the singleness? Every religion has the idea that the universe comes out of intelligence. The theory of God, taking it in its psychological significance apart from all ideas of personality, is that the intelligence is the first in the order of creation. We have to understand this with a little bit of attention. The science and religion. Each and every religion says God has created this universe. And what is that God? That is intelligence. Right this moment, let us accept intelligence. And from that intelligence, which is subtle, is coming the gross. And what is the science is telling? No. It's first the gross, and slowly, it evolved, developed intelligence, which is now, we think, we call. So that is the two different things. Out of intelligence comes what we call gross matter. And the modern philosophers say that the intelligence is the last to come. They say that the unintelligent things slowly evolve into animals, and from animals into men, and they will tell the human being, their ancestors are the monkeys. The most of in our India, our teachers, they used to call, suppose in the children they are making fun in the classroom, why not? You are coming down from the tree. So they used to call us like that. Those who are in India, because you are coming down from the tree means your ancestors were monkeys. The monkeys are by nature, they are turbulent type and they are not at all quiet. So teachers wanted us to be quiet, and when they but that is not. It's wrong from the point of view of philosophy, from the religion. Both the religions and the science statements, though seemingly directly opposed to each other, are true. Swamiji is giving a wonderful theorem. Take an infinite series of A, B, A, B, etc. The question is, which is fast? A or B? If you take the series as, if you take the, it is B, then comes A. So the B is the first, then A, B, A, like that it goes. And if you say the A is the first, then A, B, only that much difference. Here, the Shamkas and the other religions put intelligence first, and the series become intelligence, then matter. We are discussing about meditation. And in that meditation, the codes, we have come here in a very complicated as if thing, that is, one is intelligence, another is matter. Swami Vivekananda is giving us an example. The matter and the intelligence are both the same. Only the manifestation degree is different. First. Second, from the intelligence, everything has been created. And from God, everything has been created. And that is why our ultimate goal is to go back to that God. And that is the ultimate goal of meditation. Indian philosophy, however, goes beyond both intelligence and matter and find Purusha. This is the final stage. Purusha means the self, which is beyond intelligence, of which intelligence is but the borrowed light. The Purusha means the Atman, the Brahman. And what is the intelligence? That is the reflected light of that Purusha. So where from the intelligence is activated, acting, there is beyond that something is there. All these lights are burning, giving us the light. And we don't find there is a generator somewhere. And it is creating the electricity, producing electricity. And then it is coming to us and it is burning. Something happened to the bulb, and out of 3, 1 is off. Is it that the whole electricity is off? No, only one bulb, and that is called death. What is death? All are burning, all are lighting, all are leaving. Suddenly, one bulb, it gets fused. It's not burning. So that doesn't mean the others are also totally stopped and it is darkness everywhere. No. It's only one individual. Similarly, from the buddhi, the Purusha is getting the main power. The buddhi is getting the electricity or the power to create and everything from where? That big generator. What is that big generator? Atman. So that's where it is subtle and subtlest thing that we are reaching. To the Brahman, to that Atman when we talk about, that is the thing. And when we can't find that Atman to understand, then we come down and give this type of images. So many thousands of images. 33 crore of gods and goddesses at present the Hindus are having. Why? Just to make people understand, this way you like, this way you like, this way you like, no problem. Just take any idea, concentrate your mind. Why should you meditate? To reach to the last fag end of this intelligence. And after beyond intelligence, what is there? Brahman. And that is our real self. And Swami Vivekananda, after explaining this, he is telling, and he was giving all the description of the creation. Drashta drishimatra shuddhopi pratyaya anupashyaha. Drashta, the seer, is the intelligence only through pure and sees through the coloring of the intellect. The drashta, now the question is, here of course, the generator that we were talking about, And the drashta, that means the purusha, the generator is creating the electricity, producing electricity. But the purusha, from where all the intelligence, and from intelligence all the creation is coming, that purusha is not affected by that. The generator is affected, but the purusha is not affected. Why? Because it is just like if you keep a glass, white glass, and you keep the red color on it, it becomes red. If you are keeping the blue, it becomes blue. The glass is not affected. Only we see this affection, attachment and all that. That is Swami Vivekananda. Again, he is in Shankha philosophy. From the lowest form up to the intelligence, all is nature. Beyond nature, the purushas, the souls, is the plural again. So when we talk about the purusha, again there is another. What are those purushas, souls, which have no qualities? Then how does the soul appear to be happy and unhappy? The soul is separate from the nature. The nature is one thing, soul is another, eternally separate. The Shankar says intelligence is a compound that it grows and wanes, that is changes just as the body changes. Here only a little we have to pay attention, because it's a philosophy. And if you can understand this philosophy, it is so subtle type. Mostly we think about the gross thing about the religion. But we are very subtle in thinking about our day-to-day life. Those who are in the computer, those who are in the chemistry or physics, they are very, very, very subtle things they are solving, they are developing. But what about religion? This is also taking us to that subtle place, and the moment we understand that, we can understand the religion. And then our whole life will be reflection of that understanding. And here it says, what is changing? It's mainly changing, the body is changing. Now, as the fingernail is to the body, is a part and parcel of the body, the fingernails, as similar to the body of the intelligence. The nail is a part of the body, but it can be parted off hundreds of times. And the body will still last. If we are cutting the fingernails, then nothing is going to happen to the body. The body is there, fingernail is a part of the body, but when you are cutting the nail, body is not affected. Similarly, the intelligence lasts all through, while this body can be paired off, thrown off. Yet, intelligence cannot be immortal because it is changeless. Growing, it is changeless totally. Anything that changes cannot be immortal. The intelligence also cannot be immortal because it is changes. It is not changeless thing. Now, who is free? Now the question comes. There must be something beyond that. So I think I am not boring you, and if I am, only 2 minutes. So the question comes, who is free? What is death? It is just like taking away this body from the intelligence, which is called Purusha, individual Purusha. And this individual Purusha, it is not dying. So after death, what happens? That is the question always people think. After death, what happens? The answer is, it takes another body, and again it moves and grows. After the death, it goes on changing the body. But it is not permanent, it is not eternal, because it changes. Who is the free? the free must certainly be beyond cause and effect. It is the real nature of man, the soul, the Purusha, which is beyond the law of cause and effect. That is the ultimate knowledge that we must have to get. And that is where they are taking our Vedanta philosophy. What is Vedanta? To understand this knowledge. Veda means knowledge. Anta is the end. All speakers and again they tell like this. Veda means knowledge. Anta is the end. Last knowledge. What is that last knowledge? Knowledge of Purusha. Knowledge of Atman. Knowledge of something which never changes. So that is called, and it is freedom then. Intelligence is connected with the brain. But behind intelligence stand the Purusha, the soul, where all the different perceptions converge and become united. Ma Sharadamani Devi, she told, I am the mother of all. How? Because she is not telling about only that body. At that moment she was belonging as a Sharada. No. She is that Purusha, she is that Atman, because in that Atman everything is mingled. I am the mother of all. From there she is telling. That point of view. Then we mingle that freedom every moment with intelligence and mind. Everybody is free. But our problem is, every moment we are mixing up with the intelligence and the mind. That is why there is the senses of freedom and bondage. Sometimes we feel free and sometimes we feel bounded. When you go to the temple, when you meditate, when you worship, when you do the prayer, we feel we are free. Then after some time again we feel no, we are not. Why this? Because we mingle with that thing. The yogi analyzes both, and his ignorance vanishes. He finds that the Purusha is free, is the essence of that knowledge, which coming through the buddhi becomes intelligence and as such is bound. So it reaches back to that. Why should we meditate? The answer is to go back to the source. What is that source? Purusha. The terminology used by the yoga. Purusha. What is that Purusha? That which resides in the Pura. Pura means the body. That which resides in the body. Is it mind? No. Is it intelligence? No. This is Atman. And it is individual Atman. That again, all that is connected with the main Atman. The Kshetra, Kshetragya, Vibhaga, Yoga in the chapter is there in the Bhagavad Gita. I am the Kshetragya, Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. That is what Sri Krishna is telling. And here also the mother said, I am the mother of all. One person was asking, Mother, you say this thing again and again that you are the mother of all. Is it you are telling it from the emotion? Are you the mother of the animals and the birds? And with great confidence, mother said, yes. Then are you the mother of these bad people? Yes. Then in a very interesting way he asked, are you the mother of Ramakrishna also? Because Ramakrishna was her husband. You know, mother said, yes, I am the mother of Ramakrishna also. Because she is that from where everything is coming. So that is the ultimate. And from that standpoint of view, she is telling, I am the mother of all. The wicked and the good people. Animals and the human being. And when the people, they were fighting against the Britishers, at that moment, when the whole nation was such much charged to be against the Britishers, then also the mother told, they are also my children. Can you imagine? This is the ultimate knowledge. So this knowledge when you get, then we reach to the ultimate. Today up to this, and again next Sunday we will read the aphorism 21. Up to 20th we have studied. Now let us also again chant this. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam navasangatam naiva mukti nameya chidananda rupa shivoham 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 shivoham. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. The ultimate thing is drashta and drishya. We are the drashtas originally, actually, and whatever we see is the drishya. We have to keep these only in our mind.